Welcome back to Budapest and the Hungaroring, infamous for its tight, narrow corners that force the drivers to constantly be on top form. No doubt, we're in for a great race here today. We're northeast of Budapest for today's race at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Fernando Alonso lines up on pole position, just edging out Alex Albon, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Sonoda, Ricciardo, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Leclerc, Bottas, Sainz, Zhou, Sargent, Gasly, Russell, Perez, Ocon, and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. Make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out. Let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, P15, you're in P15. Zhou ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Perez behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window opens in 15 laps time. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. DRS now enabled, DRS enabled. Science ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 23.9. Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.5 seconds. Bottas ahead. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap was a 1:23.5. And you're closing by 4/10 a lap. Keep it going. You got P12. Hulkenberg ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Bottas is behind you. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 10.8 seconds. Pit window opens in 12 laps time. 12 laps. Magnussen's ahead of you. And gap to the car in front is 0.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 23.7. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 0.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1:23.9. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Okay, you're in the top 10. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap was a 1 minute 25.2. Good job, you're gaining by a full second a lap at the moment. gap to your teammate behind is 4.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're currently 16th. Your last lap time was a 1:24.4. Currently sat in 6th. Piastri's ahead of you. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Stroll behind you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 15.1 seconds. And that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.3 seconds. Fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:22.0. We don't currently have the data for that request. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. P3, you're currently in P3. Lando ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 12.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Sonoda's behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind. Car behind. 2.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 15.8 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Verstappen's behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 2.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1:25.0. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. In this lap, push now. rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, let's go now, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Right, we have 2 stops left in this strategy, 2 more stops planned. Okay, we're sat in P12 now. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Hulkenberg's behind you now. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind. 3.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 20.2 seconds. 16 laps now until your pit window opens. George is in the pits. He's in the pits now. Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 5.1 seconds. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. Nice move, good job. 6, you got P6. It's Perez ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Verstappen behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 19.2 seconds. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. Okay, 50 laps to go. Might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes. Lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up. That's P5, you're in P5. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Perez is behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 18.4 seconds. You've got 11 laps until your pit window opens. 48 laps to go. A second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Albon ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 0.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap was a 1 minute 23.4. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Ahead of you now. Our gap to the car in front is 11.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:22.5, and you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Verstappen's behind. Our gap behind is 2.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. For the time last lap was a 1:23.4. Okay, gap ahead is 11.3 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 18.2 seconds. Minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain. Just ahead, push for the position, and gap to the car in front is 10.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:22.6, and you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Alonso's in the pits. It looks like rain is inbound and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Okay, you're sat in P2, Lando ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 10.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 1.9 seconds. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, 41 laps to go. Watch the conditions, we think there's rain coming pretty soon, be careful. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. Alonso behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 38.7. Okay, the forecast suggests this rain's going to keep getting stronger for at least the next 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point. Okay, track conditions aren't improving. It's your choice as to whether you want to fit full wets next time you come in. Still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 20.0 seconds. Lando's ahead of you now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 9.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:25.7. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down, your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay, fitting intermediate tyres next. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Let's go, come on! Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. At least another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to go and check it out. Okay, copy that. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Okay, you've got P5, P5. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 4.7 seconds. And the gap behind us is 1.4 seconds. The distance to the leader is 6.5 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. And there's 36 laps to go. The rain's getting worse, be very careful. Okay, the safety car's coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car's into the pit lane. DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline. Wait for further updates. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Inters look like the best tyre for now. Still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment. You're in first position, front of the pack. Norris behind. We're leading the car behind by 1.1 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 30 laps till the end now. gap to your teammate behind is 2.8 seconds. The rain's getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out. Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now. Norris is behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind. 2.0 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Time last lap was a 1 minute 33.1. So that last lap was a 1:32.2. So the rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while. Be careful. Okay, car behind trailing us, 2.0 seconds. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 2.9 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 33.6. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 2.6 seconds. behind you. Our gap behind is 2.7 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres, and the time last lap was a 1:34.2. That last lap was a 1:34.1. The weather's certainly eased off for the time being, but we've still got a lot of standing water out there. We're happy for you to stay out on the inters for now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 6.3 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. They're currently 5th. Time last lap was a 1:34.4. Okay, the gap behind is 3.6 seconds. Looks like the weather's going to dry up in about 5 minutes' time. Inters look like the best tyre for now. Right tyres for the time being. Gap to your teammate behind is 6.7 seconds. the gap behind us is 5.4 seconds. Okay, I think the track's going to be drying out quite soon. Be careful you don't burn out your tyres. Norris behind. We're leading the car behind by 5.3 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 32.6. Still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Okay, roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. Okay, gap to the car behind. 5.6 seconds. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, the rain should be ending shortly. So watch those lap times. We may have to pit for dries at very short notice. Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now. high enough yet to start thinking about slicks. Let's hold on to the inters for a little while longer. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.9 seconds. Threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Inters look like the best tyre for now. Verstappen's behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 7.4 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Their tyres are 18 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:31.0. Time last lap was a 1:30.2. DRS has been enabled, DRS is now enabled. Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change. Okay mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options if you go and check your MFD. Got that confirmed. Okay, roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. Okay, George is coming in for his stop. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 6.9 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Their tyres are 19 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:30.0. Fastest lap is at 1:21.0. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 6.8 seconds. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 5.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:20.9. Verstappen's behind. Our gap behind is 4.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:19.7. pack, that's P1. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 3.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Gap to your teammate behind is 10.6 seconds. And Verstappen's behind. And the gap behind us is 2.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:19.9. Verstappen behind you now. We're leading the car behind by 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:20.1. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Position, front of the pack, and Verstappen's behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, 7 laps to go. tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres, and the time last lap was a 1:20.8. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 10.5 seconds. No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. And Verstappen's behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 1.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:21.7. pack, that's P1. Verstappen behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Final lap, push, push.
Get in there, Lewis. What a job, mate. What a race.
Amazing job.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out there on track today, even by his high standards.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.